Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and things aren't looking good for Doctor Who, because no matter how much you want to sit there and try and defend it, no matter how much you want to say, oh, yous are all just being bigots and racist and toxic and everything else towards it, the numbers don't lie. And the numbers say, nobody watched this crap. And now, it looks like the plug may officially get pulled on this series. And there's a big article that we're going to take a look at, and it does not look good at all. So, after last year's 60th anniversary special, Doctor Who returned earlier this year with Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson leading the series. Behind the scenes, Russell T Davies, who brought the series back from the dead in 2005 to great success, was appointed showrunner, and the BBC made a deal with Disney to give the show a big budget overhaul and bring it to its largest audience ever. Well, they hoped it would bring it to its largest audience ever, and when they say the largest audience ever, they mean American audiences. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have paid off. Deadline has taken a deep dive into Doctor Who's performance since it returned to our screens in May, with 8 new episodes, and claims noises that it may not last beyond its initial 2 seasons are already reverberating around international TV circles. One source close to the production believes its future hangs in the balance already. There's even chatter about the BBC Disney deal not being re-upped after season 2 airs, suggesting Doctor Who will either be scrapped again or forced to go back to being a low-budgeted production with a primarily UK-based audience. And it's funny that they say primarily because it's a UK show. It was made for the UK audience. So Disney has reportedly had a fair bit of creative input with the new series. What a shocker when you think of every piece of crap that was put into it. Though it's unclear whether that extends to the woke themes and casting, which is indeed believed to have hurt viewership. Ironically, one of this relaunch's best episodes tackled the subject of racism, so this is disappointing to hear. So you're hearing there, oh, yous went with a short, gay, black Rwandan man, and it didn't work out for you because audiences just went, no. So when they're talking about all this, oh, it's time for representation, everyone wants to see this happen and all this crap, where were you? All you people that fire back at all of us when we criticize this crap, where were you? How did you not get the viewerships up for this show? How was it so bad that it said these casting choices were indeed the thing that hurt the viewership? Where were you? Weird that, isn't it? Well, let's continue. While Disney doesn't disclose viewing figures, the show did reach a high of 7th on the streamers list of most in-demand series in the US. However, considering its budget and a piracy marketing campaign, viewership figures stateside are deemed underwhelming and okay, but not stellar. Doctor Who has always had a bigger audience in the UK, of course, but the outlook there isn't much brighter. Its launch was well behind Jodie Whittaker's final episode, with the entire series down an average of 1.5 million viewers per episode, compared to her time in the TARDIS. The BBC is said to be happy with streaming numbers on its iPlayer, touting at least 65 million streams in 2024. You notice though they said they're happy with their numbers on the iPlayer and 65 million streams in 2020. They didn't say that was for Doctor Who though, did they? And yet it's followed up by saying the ratings are a problem, one source tells the trade. So they're like, we're happy with the numbers. The numbers are a problem. And they continue saying they can talk all they like about young viewers, but they're still down from the specials and down from the Jodie Whittaker series. I imagine serious conversations are happening. Disney will want to see results. The House of Mouse is expected to step in once the War Between the Land and the Sea spin-off wraps, and the decision should be made quite quickly. One source believes the season 2 final has been shot in a way to allow Gatwa to move on from the series, hinting that another creative overhaul might take place. And the funny thing about hearing that statement is we already know that Gatwa is pretty much walking away. He already said before the first season even came out with him, he said, the main thing he wants in his career is to go back to theatre. And then he announced that he got the chance to go back to theatre and he was taking it. Millie Gibson is gone already. She only lasted one season and they got rid of her to bring in another person. So, yeah. So it continues anyway, saying the prospect of Disney Plus parting ways with the BBC and Doctor Who is described as a disaster by one source. Where has it gone wrong for the series? Many fans have taken issue with Davies' creative decisions and the lack of classic villains. Meanwhile, Gatwa barely being featured in 2 of the 8 episodes due to scheduling conflicts with Sex Education also did little to help establish him as the Doctor with newcomers and returning viewers alike. That part right there is total bullshit. This scheduling conflicts with Sex Education. I think not, because Sex Education's final season was done well before he had to do Doctor Who. He wasn't even announced as Doctor Who when Sex Education's final season was filmed. So that is bullshit. Scheduling conflict. Why would you hire someone to be the lead of a show knowing that, we're going to not be able to use them completely because they're going to have scheduling conflicts? Yeah, I'm pressing X the doubt on that. And again, for anyone that's going to try and jump in and say, well, it's not getting cancelled because it's got a second season. Yeah, because they already paid for 2 seasons. That was the thing. Disney stepped in, saved the show, put money into it, and already confirmed and greenlit 2 seasons. That's the deal. They filmed season 1 and 2 together, back to back. You were always getting the second season of this Doctor Who. There was no, look how well the first season did, that's why they greenlit. No, they commissioned 2 seasons and they're getting their 2 seasons. But that might be as far as it goes, because everything isn't working. The viewerships are in the gutter, and there's no denying that. You can see the numbers for yourself. The numbers don't lie. And everybody tries to look at this part where it says 7 plus 7 with the TV plus 4 screens. That's the number everyone tries to say. That's the numbers. They are not the numbers. Those numbers have zero to do with the actual figures. Your overnight and then your plus 7 TV only. They are the numbers. This other number, and when you see it saying 4 screens, that means in the same household. So, in other words, if you're watching it in your living room, but you've 2 more TVs upstairs and someone's watching, that's what that is. Those numbers mean nothing. So these are your actual numbers. And you can see episode 8 came in at an overnight of a 2.25 million. What a disaster. And its overall ended up being 3.27, which I believe is the 4th worst of the series. It's an absolute shit show. Nobody wanted this version to do what they did with it. And even the people who were watching it and trying to defend it, and all the power to you to trying to defend something you like, they liked it until the end. Because when that last episode dropped, even the people that were defending this went, oh, this was shit. Because it turns out, the big revelation, the big mystery, the big plot that dragged this show all the way, it was nothing. It was like, wait, what? They raid Skywalker, you all. They did the whole, is she very important? Who is this mystery person? Who? It's her mother and she's just a normal person. She's just a normal woman. What was she pointing at the whole time? A road sign to name Ruby. Yeah. Ruby was named after a fucking street. A road sign. And Everyone went nuts, including the people that were defending this show and calling all of us bigots and racists and homophobes and all this crap. Even they turned around and went, oh no, you just dropped the ball, and you just dropped it hard. So it's looking very, very likely that after the next season of Doctor Who, or as everyone is lovingly calling it, Nurse What, it looks like Disney are going to pull the plug. And not just on Doctor Who, but their deal with the BBC. It's going to be fun to see what happens. And nobody watched it. And of course, when the second season of this drops, it's probably going to do just as bad, if not worse. And of course, they still have a special to come out. And it's going to be interesting. Very interesting to see what happens. So, we'll keep our eyes and ears open. But for now, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So like, share, subscribe, and cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.